Hey everyone, how's it going? PAX West is approaching this week, and we've got some leader reveals for you. We got two gym leaders tonight that are going to be at PAX West starting on Friday. The first one we have is Lucas, the boy from nowhere.
Hello.
So, Lucas, why don't you tell us just a little bit about yourself?
Oh, um, well, I grew up on the Nowhere Islands with my mom and dad and twin brother Klaus and our dog Boney. Nothing really too significant to talk about. Klaus and I caught twin Ralts when we were younger, which was quite an accomplishment. And then this crazed child old person dictator, it was kind of hard to tell at the end. He and his bizarre army of pigmasks invaded our islands, and my things were kind of never the same, and I ended up having to go take him down. And in the process, I discovered I have the power of PSI, and with it came a very close bond with psychic type Pokemon.
So, you had a bit of a difficult childhood, you would say.
Yes, I have, and I was kind of surprised when an invite to be a gym leader for this PAX West thing came all the way out to our islands. We normally don't get stuff from so far away, but it seems like a good chance to both help me heal and maybe make some new friends.
Making some new friends is one of the best parts of the PAX Pokemon League. We always seek out the best trainers for our gym leaders. So you mentioned you caught some routes when you were a kid with your brother, and you have a strong connection with psychic types. So I'm guessing that's the type of Pokemon we're going to be seeing you use.
Yes, it might just be the PSI mostly, but I just have this really deep bond with psychic Pokemon, and I think most other people call it a telepathic connection, maybe. I trust them, they trust me. We don't really need to communicate to do what we need to do.
All right. Well, why don't we get a battle started and we can see just how strong your bond with your Pokemon is.
All right. That is a terrifying team you have there.
We can see the team preview of your team. Got all those psychic types. All right. Good luck. Have fun.
You too.
All right. Starting out with the Mesprit.
Yes, Mesprit, so I have heard in other places, is considered a legendary Pokemon, and it's been associated with being the bringer of emotion, and, well, Klaus always did call me a bit of a crybaby growing up.
All right. Starting off with the Sticky Web. Figure I'll slow your team down a little bit.
Oh no, that's no good.
Mesprit, it's going to do the U-turn, get out of there so we can see your second Pokemon now. Did a pretty decent chunk of damage there, almost about half. Alright, and in comes the Bronzong.
Bronzong is because we used to have our village has this really really super tall guy named Letter, and he's known for kind of being the town lookout and our bell ringer.
So a lot of connections between your Pokemon and the town that you grew up in.
Tasmeli Village does mean a lot to me. It's mostly the only place I've really known growing up.
So you see that Bronzong, pretty bulky, taking the hit pretty well from my Pokemon and doing a good chunk of damage with that Earthquake. Ooh, the critical hit though, and the special defense drop.
Oh no.
It's a very unlucky turn for you. You're getting the Stealth Rock up. It's going to be doing some damage every time I switch a Pokemon in.
I mostly like to play more defensive when we had to. My friends and I had to deal with this crazy dictator person. I mostly just supported everyone else in battle when we had to fight.
Alright, so that second Earthquake there is going to do it. Get a little bit of your health back with that leftovers. Alright, gonna save the Bronzong for later. And have the Latios coming in.
Latios and Latias visited our islands. Oh no. They visited our islands quite often, and they surprisingly took a liking to my brother and I. Maybe because of the whole twin thing. Latias was always the more passive of the two, so that's probably why it chose me and Latios chose Klaus.
Ooh, powerful Psyshock. It's not quite enough to finish me off, living with 7 HP.
I don't really like the way this thing is looking at my Latias.
You can regain some health. Okay, that's going to clear the field of the remaining hazards. So no more sticky web.
Anything for my team to help support one another.
So strong focused on teamwork.
Yes, we all like to work together to accomplish our goal, whether it be trying to clear out a crazed maniac in his Cade Mask army, or just battling. Oh no.
Alright, trying to get out of there with the Latias, save it for later, but unfortunately that's going to make Miss Lacking's pursuit even stronger.
Hmm. Poor Latias.
Alright, and your next Pokemon is a Gallade.
Yes, like I said earlier, my twin brother Klaus and I, we caught twin Ralts as our very first Pokemon, and this Gallade was actually his.
You're going to power up with the Swords Dance. Looking to hit hard. Alright, some good damage there. Fortunately, because the Intimidate only at +1 attack, so it's not quite going to be enough.
Right, but
Ooh, Glumberry. Cure that burn. Prevent your attack from dropping.
Klaus had a different item he liked to run, but I've already got a Pokemon that uses a similar item, so just trying to make sure Gallade stays nice and healthy.
Mm-hmm. You can see the second close combat. That'll finish off the Arcanine. You're going to take the Glade out and reset those defense and special defense drops from the close combat.
Yeah, I don't like the idea of Gallade facing something like this thing with the giant beard.
Ooh, and the Bronzong's going to survive that Psychic. Very strong defensive Pokemon.
Bronzong's able to take quite a few hits. Probably not this one, though.
Mm-hmm. That's going to do it for the Bronzong. Alright, your next Pokemon is going to be an Espeon.
Espeon, it's just a very friendly Pokemon, and it also helps my team out quite a bit, which I can show if it survives this.
I'm going to get those screens up. Good choice. So that's going to increase your ability to take special attacks for your whole team.
Yes, it will.
Mesprit gonna do a little bit of chip damage. Gonna get back out. Get you a little bit of an advantage with your switch in here.
That's one of the ways Mesprit supports my team, trying to help maintain momentum, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, the
Ooh.
avoid.
I'm sorry about that.
That's Pokemon for you. I've been getting lucky with special defense drops and stuff like that against you. It was bound to happen.
Fair is fair, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, Gallade.
Galley did a pretty good job taking out that slacking.
It did, but I did say that was the Ralts that my brother caught. We can't forget about mine.
Alright, so you have the Gardevoir as your last Pokemon. Safe to say, I think, probably the Pokemon you have the strongest connection with.
Definitely, it was my first and it's been with me the longest. And this is proof of that.
Those special defense drops today.
Yes, but Gardevoir does have a beautiful voice.
Mm-hmm. That Pixelate ability, very strong with the Hyper Voice.
Oh no.
Doing a lot of damage with that Hyper Voice, with that Pixelate ability. Makes it Fairy type though, so it is going to activate the weakness policy on my Dragonite. It's going to be a little too much for the Gardevoir to take.
Poor Mesprit.
GG.
GG.
A very close battle. Alright, so there you have it, everyone. It's Lucas, the boy from nowhere. Thank you very much for joining me today.
Thank you for having me.
So Lucas is going to be a gym leader in the PAX Pokemon League at PAX West starting this Friday. So if you are going to be at PAX West, make sure you keep an eye out for the bright green scarves. And if you spot Lucas, make sure to stop and give him a challenge.
I will be more than happy to hand you the needle badge if you can beat me. And maybe a hug too.
Alright. Thanks everyone for watching, and we'll see you at PAX.